Hello again, everybody. In War Eagle, I'm Rod Bramlett as we visit now with new Auburn defensive coordinator Kevin Steele. Welcome to Auburn. I know you're not new to the state, but new to Auburn, and we're certainly excited to have you here.
Well, not really new to Auburn. I wrote a check here for 5 years for my daughter.
That's
my
right.
brother works here. And like I told him, I saw my first college game in Jordan-Hare Stadium. So I drove here without a GPS.
What was that game, the first game that you saw?
I cannot remember. I know Larry Blakeney was playing
Yeah.
in it. I remember we drove from Gordo all the way over here to watch him play.
Talk about what drew you to this job.
Well, I think probably the thing that started the most was just, I was very intrigued. I've known Gus for a long time, and I was very intrigued with the kind of man he is and the way he goes about coaching players, and that was a drawing point. But then the fact that it was Auburn, and that it was, in a sense, coming home.
The statement that you had shortly after being hired, I want to have a hard-nosed, physical defense. How do you go about doing that? What's your philosophy, Coach?
Well, it's hard in these days with the spread offense, but I think through practicing, you got to practice physical. You got to recruit to that, and you got to recruit guys that want to compete, that want to be physical, that it's just in their nature to be that way. So it starts with recruiting, but then through practice you develop it and create a fun in playing defense.
Your career, I mean, you've had a lot of stops, a ton of experience. Have you changed? How have you changed from a philosophy standpoint, Coach?
Well, the offense has changed so much with the spread, so I think that retooled everything about how you go about it. It used to be you had a long time to make a defensive call. Now you don't have so long. So you've had to simplify some things and make it more player friendly because of the pace of the offense. Right. But then the other thing is, you used to go out to practice in the old days, and everything was just very dogmatic. And nowadays, there's a lot of opportunity for young people to do things that are a lot of fun. So you got to create a fun and energy about things.
Kind of take us through the next couple of weeks. What do you want to get accomplished? What's on the agenda?
Well, I think the first thing that we got to do is, with coaches, is get the staff completed defensively, which will facilitate the recruiting process and make sure we get the right fit in terms of athleticism and the type players we want, but also people that want to be at Auburn, that want to be part of this, and that'll consume most of our time for the next few weeks.
All right, last thing for the fans, kind of a message to the fans, and what you would like to tell them, what they'll see maybe in the spring, what they'll see in the fall from a Kevin Steele defense.
Well, it's an ongoing process, and I think the key to it is get it there when it's time to be there. Don't put the cart before the horse. I mean, there's a lot of work to be done between now and next fall, but the thing you want to do is you want to have that hard-nosed physical defense that is ball hawking and creates turnovers, and it's not easy to do in this league now. But we've got to improve each day.
We're excited to have you. Look forward to working with you, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Kevin Steele, Auburn's new defensive coordinator. I'm Rod Bramlett. Make sure you stay tuned to auburntigers.com throughout the spring to follow the Tigers.